Hi everyone, welcome back to Cayton Recess. Thanks for joining us again today. My name is Marissa and the craft that we'll be doing today is colorful cities and finger painting. So today the amazing Andres read you all a story, or actually this morning, he read you all a story that was called Mixed, and it was all about the three primary colors and how they all came to live in a city together and made a whole bunch of new different colors. So I thought a fun project would be to recreate some of those pages from the book. So making our own colorful rainbow city and using our fingers to paint it. So for today's project, the materials you're going to need are, I got quite a few, actually not that many. So you're going to need a dark marker. I'm using a Sharpie. Make sure to ask your grown-up before you use the Sharpie, but you can use a black marker, black crayon. A dark color is really helpful, and preferably a marker, not a crayon. Also going to need something to wipe your hands with for when they get dirty, because they will. So wipes or a wet paper towel. Definitely have that on hand. Going to need a blank piece of paper, thick paper. I'm using watercolor paper. You can use cardstock, construction paper, anything that will hold paint well. Oh, and then I have a tray for when I paint. That way, if I'm doing any painting, it gets on the tray, not on the table. And then I have my three primary colors. So I have yellow, blue, and red. And any other colors I need, I'm going to use these colors to make it. So let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside for now. And I also have a couple different rectangular shapes for me to trace. So I grabbed some pasta, some jelly beans, just anything small, or maybe if you want circles or squares, just something that you can trace so that the buildings will be a little bit straighter. You can make your city streets. Got lots of different sizes and shapes to choose from. So let's put you over there. Okay, so this is what our city is gonna look like in the end. It's gonna have lots of blocks and city straw. I'm just kind of doing one street. I did a couple different buildings. My favorite place is ice cream. I love getting ice cream, so I included that. My street has a whole lot of apartment buildings, so I put those on here too. But let's go ahead and see what I make today. Who knows? Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start on the tray, because then I don't need to move it at all. And I don't get marker on my table, which is always good. Let's see. So I want to start by drawing my street. So I'm going, because I want the street, I want the sidewalk to be about here, I'm going to use my straight edge to draw that in, because the sidewalk is where I'm going to want to put a lot of my people. And then I'm going to move my marker across. Okay, and I have one street, or part of a street. Now let's see, I want to make the actual street fairly wide, because, you know, cars need their space. So, so we're making our street with two parallel lines. Those are two lines that follow each other but don't touch. Oh, we need another line for the rest of our sidewalk. That's good. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just not good at drawing straight lines, so I like to have a little help. Okay. So how do we know that this is a sidewalk? Oh, I should probably draw some sidewalk lines. So I'm gonna actually make them diagonal. So that means, because our sidewalks are a little, maybe they're a little cracked. They're not perfectly straight lines. I don't know about your sidewalks. Mine have a lot of cracks in them. There's some street work that needs to be done. Should have a few more cracks. My sidewalks are a little too even, so I'm gonna mess them up a little bit, because that's the best thing about making our own city, is it can look however we want. Okay, so there are my sidewalk lines. This is my street, and this is where the buildings are gonna go. So I think I'm going to start with a big, let's see, I did ice cream on the other one. What's a really fun store? What am I missing right now? I got it. Okay, I'm gonna draw a big store Okay. And it's going to have a big window. I like to put a lot of windows in these drawings because then I can have more people. I can add more finger people. But let's see. Let's see. I think the door should be here. And I think the door is going to be open. So how do I draw an open door? There we go. I'm just going to write open on it. And okay, so we have that building and it's going to be for balloons because this is my city and I decided that there should be a balloon store on my street. I think that's a good idea. Now, I'm going to make some other tall building. Ooh, I'm going to use my pasta to make another tall building on the same street. And now, what other things are on your street? Yeah. Well, on my street, there's my apartment building. There's a lot of other apartment buildings. There are some houses too. And there's a few restaurants way, way down the street. So that's what's on my street. But maybe you have a school on your street. Maybe you have some restaurants. Maybe there's a park on your street. Oh my goodness, that would be so cool. I would love to have a park on my street. So you can go ahead and you can draw your made-up street, or you can draw your real street. You can draw a street that you would like. Maybe you want to just pick up the book and draw that. That's fine. Okay, so what should this building be? It's a big, oh, maybe. Let's see. I'm not sure what kind of building it should be yet. What do you think? Yeah, I think you're right. I think a candy store is the only way to go. Okay, so candy factory. Big windows up top. You know what? But it's probably made out of brick. So I am going to draw a couple of lines. Now, let's make sure I draw the doors first. It's a big factory, so they need big doors. Just for where all my candy is going to come from. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now I'm just going to keep drawing my straight lines. These are going to become my bricks, and I'll show you how in just a moment. I just need to finish all the lines. Okay, so this is my, oh, we got to do lines everywhere because it's a brick building. And there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to take the bottom one, and I'm just going to draw a bunch of vertical lines. Just a lot of them, doesn't really matter where. Now on the line above that, I'm going to draw vertical lines, not connected to the lines I made before, but in between them. So it goes every other. And we're just going to keep going until the paper is full. And so each line I'm doing the opposite. So I'm drawing lines down to where the blank spaces are. And if there's none, then it's fine. I can make whatever shape bricks I feel like. So if I kept going, it would be a big brick building. I might add, oh, you know what? I might add some cars on the road here. Maybe a truck, maybe some bicycles. You can add anything you want to your city streets. This is what mine is starting to look like. I'm going to keep working on this in a little bit, but I did want to show you one that I made from before. Now this one doesn't have a candy shop or ice cream. This one is my building. It has a car, bicycle, has a tree, has a house, an apartment building, and this is a school. So this is a street I'm going to paint. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down right on here. I have a plate of paint, and I'm going to need my primary colors. So I'm grabbing yellow, and I'm only doing like dime size pieces. They're not very big. You don't need a whole lot. And the best part is I don't need a paintbrush because I'm gonna use my fingers to mix the paint. So, remember we started with yellow. So yellow, a little bit, I'm gonna use my pinky because it's my smallest finger. So I'm gonna bring over a little bit of yellow and a little bit of red. A little bit, I'm gonna mix it with my pinky. And what color is that? We got orange. And now, how do I clean my pinky? I put it on the paper. So let's see, maybe this orange should be driving the car. And maybe there's one orange going up the school steps. Yellow and blue. What color do those make? So if I stick my pinky in the yellow and then in the blue, and then I mix it, you're right, we're gonna get green. Okay, so now I got some green. Green can be the passenger in the car. Oh, I got a little bit of yellow. I'm gonna scrape it off. Let's maybe do a little more green. That one. So we got green. Now let's see. Now what colors are we missing? We've done yellow and red, which make orange. Yellow and blue, which make green. You're right. I'm forgetting. Blue and red. I'm gonna use my next finger to paint those. Little bit of blue. Little bit of red. Let's mix it. And we're gonna get purple. One of my favorite colors. I love the color purple. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the purple in that window. And it's okay because we're making finger paint cities, so you can kind of put your fingers wherever. I'm gonna go ahead, now that I have all my colors, I'm gonna put blue needs. We need some blue. Let's see, I don't have red anywhere. Red can also be going to school. Maybe we need some red on the sidewalks. And then, remember what I said about using your fingers? Just put them on the paper. And I'm gonna use my green to paint my tree a little bit. I'm just gonna use my pinky and go like, woo. It's okay, it doesn't need to be inside the lines. So this week, I know the amazing Andres is talking to all of you about collaboration. And I thought this fit because all the different colors come together to make new colors, to make a beautiful, colorful city. Oh, I'm gonna wait for this to dry. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add their arms and their legs and some smiley faces. And that will be my colorful city painting. Let's see if I have one that I can, oh. And here we go. Here is my ice cream one from earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead, now that it's a little drier, I'm gonna add smiley face, some arms. Maybe he has a hat on. And you would just go in like that, adding some hands, some arms. Don't forget the eyes. And these are the color cities that you can make. So as a reminder, we drew our city using a dark marker, and then we painted our city using our fingers. We made our finger paint cities. And then we added all the people, added their faces, their limbs, and them going about their day. So that is how I made my color city. I hope that you share yours with me. I would love to see it. Don't forget, if you do post it on social media, to get your grown-ups permission and to use the hashtag CaytonRecess. That way I can see it and see what you came up with, and maybe your ideas can inspire another video that I can do for you all. But for now, keep tuning in. We appreciate all of your support, and have a great day. Bye.